if your Facebook account gets hacked, what impact does it have on you? So I try to make this as painless as possible because everyone knows the impact it could have. So basically your personal information, the hacker could get your messages, it could get your password, and then 9 times out of 10 you have a credit card connected to a business Facebook account. They could have a fun time spending money, posting things that you don't want them to post. I don't know if you have any games connected, possibly go spend a bunch of money on games, which all creates you headache, hassle, and it's time consuming to get that money back. Because it's a credit card, you can, tell it's fraud, but it's still your time, and time is money to all realtors. Passwords, I'm going to drop this in chat too, so you guys have it. It's the link to all the notes. There's some fun stuff coming your way. So the passwords. Do you guys change your passwords regularly?
Nope.
No.
So the rule of thumb is every 90 days.
Oh my God.
But most people either have the same password for absolutely everything, or they never change it. So if a hacker gets in and you have one password for everything, it's you opened the door and held it open for them. Come on in. So they recommend always changing it and changing it at least every 90 days.
How do you manage that?
There's apps and so forth that you can use that hold it in a keychain that encrypt them. I mean, that's getting a little excessive, but it's an option. If you've ever been hacked, it might be something to think about. And then you get to the fun stuff that everyone really loves. The misrepresentation, just logging onto your Facebook and causing havoc. And most realtors, they have business Facebook, so this is going to destroy their business. So the repercussions of this is huge. Getting on there, saying crude, rude things to people, friends, family, and potential clients, which is the major impact, because why would I want to work with this realtor and they're saying all this stuff to me on Facebook? It's not even you. So they do like a disinformation campaign, maybe badmouth your business, tell you that, you're a bad realtor. Like you would say that stuff about yourself, but, people believe whatever they read.
We had a situation within the last year or so where we had an agent in our office that their business Facebook account got hacked. The hacker changed the password so they could not get in there. And unfortunately, they did not have a secondary admin on their Facebook business page, so they had zero control over it. And this hacker was posting some pretty disturbing images and contacting their clients with the same images, unfortunately.
So how do you get in there and stop it?
So they had to go through Facebook and eventually get it shut down, but that's a very lengthy process.
Facebook calls it frustrating, a very frustrating process. That's what Facebook calls it.
So the best rule of thumb is if you have a Facebook business page, have a spouse, a coworker, someone that you trust to be an admin on your account. So that way your account is not the only one. So what happened in this particular case, because this agent got hacked, that Facebook page with all their followers and all their content that they had spent a few years building disappeared, and they had to start over from scratch. So the simple solution is just, again, having a second person as the admin, whereas if she would have had like her husband on as an admin, for example, they could have restored the account and the page.
So how does Facebook, because I'm not really savvy on my Facebook rules, so isn't there, if you have, say, inappropriate stuff, you can get turned in and, basically you violate their terms of agreement, can they suspend your account thereafter?
Yes.
So it could cause a whole lot of havoc.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they have a lot of spam too. So like my last point was spamming. where basically you get control, and it's a little different than just the misinformation. You're deliberately texting and spamming and posting private things on your wall. But we have hope, kind of like what you were talking about. So I dropped it in the chat. These are links to all the spots that you would need to go check. Like, do you have access to the email your Facebook uses? And if you click on them, it takes you right to the pages you need to read and what to do. And then two-factor authentication. People don't like this because it's a pain in their end, but it's the safest. And what two-factor authentication is banks do this, where you log in and they send you, and for whatever reason, Yahoo started doing this. They send you a text code. You have to plug in that code. The pain in the butt, but if you have that turned on and someone's trying to get into your account, you're going to know, and they're going to send you a code. So you're going to be able to stop that real quick.
Oh.
And then the terms
Terms of service.
On the Facebook, those change frequently. You have to say yes to them, but make sure you understanding what you're saying yes to. So you're not in violation, or not that you guys would post crude stuff, but a lot of people get, tagged or flagged. And then here's Mike's fun part, where the administrator, are you administrator on your business page? Or who is an administrator on your business page? You can go in here and, poke around and change these settings and, the roles and who you want to add as like a secondary if you do get hacked. So that way you can shut it down, and basically you're minimizing any damage. So if
And
they get in,
even if you have another email address, you could basically be the secondary admin on your Facebook page. Just create another Facebook account, basically under a different email address.
Would it work for business and personal?
So you could basically have two. So I could make a secondary Facebook page for myself under a different email address. And then I could make that account an admin on my business Facebook page also. So if something happened, I still retain control over it. Or again, you could use somebody that you trust or whatnot. But that's just a different alternative.
So on mine, no one can put anything on my page. I have to approve it. Which is really, sometimes you don't want pictures.
Right.
So whatever somebody tags you in something, they can't just automatically post it without me approving it. So I think I don't know about just going in and pretending they're you and doing it, though. It's not going to prevent that.
Right.
That's just for tags, darn.
Because they could approve, and that's on the personal side of your Facebook, which I personally have that set up as well. But unfortunately, the business Facebook pages are kind of fair game for anything.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That's why you want to protect it, because we wanted to kind of give you a little bit of, okay, here's how you protect yourself before we start showing you how to do Facebook ads, because I don't want to, basically lead you down the rabbit hole without protection.
Yeah. I haven't done my Facebook business one yet. So since I'm new and I'm still navigating everything else, it's on the to-do list with everything else.
One thing at a time, right?
Right.
And they also, since we're talking about updating information, the regional director sent this out to make sure that everyone at least knows, hey, you're aware, is your profile up to date? Because since I've been here, I've seen this happen twice, where they can't log into command because they don't know first off, what email they use, secondary, what's their backup email, because you always have two. So you can check in your profile and take a look at that. And the link, I have 2 KWs in there, but fix that. But the link works, or you go on and take a look. Under here, I believe.
Yep, under your profile. So that ties directly to the Keller Williams white pages.
And then your command, everyone's favorite, your marketing profile. Is this up to date? Does anything need changed? Were you on a team and no longer part of a team and you need to get rid of the lovely little logo because you just can't delete it? But this marketing profile basically controls everything you do in command, and it's so important to have it up to date and have it working correctly. Here's some other ones: your MLS profile, do you have your headshot, your logo, your brokerage information, realtor.com, and then is your social media consistent and up to date? So do you have one picture from high school and one picture from now? Because you guys are realtors and you're building your brand, so you want to keep it consistent all across the board. So if I see, your face, and I'm like, oh, well, that's Cindy, I know her, because you have yourself branded on your website, on your Facebook, and it's consistent.
Right.
And then verify your stuff on the National Association of Realtors.
And I think you missed realtor.com too. That was another one.
Realtor.com.
Yeah, I have to do all of that.
Take the link from the chat. That way you have it all on one page to add to your to-do list.
Yeah. My to-do list that I'm working on right now. Chipping away at it in between going to work. I need a secretary. Oh gosh.
This way it's all in one place, and you guys got a general information where you can check, make sure you're protected before we start jumping on how to add social posts and your business page. You want to have that all up and secure and running, and then we can, start getting crazy with these Facebook ads. Get you some leads.
And then do you want to hop over to one of the training sites too? I just want to point out, where everybody can get the logos if you're not aware. So legacygroupguide.com or kwstrongsvilletraining.com. There's a section I built for logos for both offices. So you can download any different variations of the logos. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's the Realtor MLS Equal Housing. So you want to make sure that anything you're putting out is compliant, has the equal housing on there, and letting everyone know that each office is independently owned and operated is also key for compliance.
Got it.
I'll drop that site in the chat too. I'll drop Legacies because we have one person from Legacy.
I think a couple. A few. Does anybody have any questions about their security or setup or different platforms or any tech type questions before we let you go?
Oh, I'm sure I have a lot of them when I do them one at a time.
Sure.
Not right this second, but once I dive in, I'm sure I will.
Well, we're here for you when you need us.
Absolutely.
Is this information going to be in Google Drive?
It's in the chat right now, so if you just save the links.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Lynn can email it to you as well.
Yeah, I have your email, Mary Lou. I'll send it out to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm sure I'll be in touch when I start chipping away at all this.
Yeah, me
Sounds
too.
good.
Thank you.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Thanks everybody for joining us. Have a great day.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Bye.